How do I make it in Hollywood? I get this question a lot about how to get started, how to be an actor or an actress, how to make it in showbiz, and how to break into Hollywood. So I figured I'd do a quick video with just 5 tips based on my experience that should help get you started. And the first one is that it's called showbiz for a reason. It is a business, and essentially you're becoming a businessman or woman as an actor when you enter. I mean, I call myself an entrepreneur. That's basically what you are. It's a creative entrepreneurial endeavor, and with that comes a lot of investment of time, energy, and money. Yes, it's very costly, and I'm not sure a lot of people realize that. A lot of little fees here and there, and a lot of things that you have to do to get started and to maintain, and it's a constant cost factor. It's not just to get started, but you know, for example, photographers, you have to get the proper headshots. You have to get photos. You have to sign up on all these different casting websites, and a lot of those involve fees. You have to have the right wardrobe for all different kinds of characters. There's a lot of costs involved, and so I think that if you come at it from that mindset, you'll be one step ahead of the game already. You know, that old paradigm of, oh, I'm going to go to Hollywood and be discovered. Well, that's basically like winning the lottery. And if you look at the numbers for those who win the lottery, it's about kind of the same thing. For 99% of us, for everybody else, you have to do it the real way, the way that exists in reality, and that is, it's a long, hard, arduous road, and you have to invest. And you have to build up piece by piece and climb the rungs of the ladder, just like you would in a corporation. Work on getting bigger and better parts. So that's number one. Also, you should try to get representation once you've gotten going, but I'll probably do another video on that, because that's a whole other thing, and that's kind of beyond the beginner level. But another way you can start out real quickly is by doing background work or being an extra. You might have heard of that, and that's basically the human props that you see in TV shows or in movies. And wherever they're filming, they need extras, and it's minimum wage basically. But it's great because it gets you on a set, and you can really learn how everything works on a set and get the feel of it. So just don't do it too long, but it's a great way to get started and to get a lot of basic knowledge about how things work on the set and what's expected of you professionally while you're on the set. Okay, number 2, don't take it personal. This is kind of bouncing off of number 1, in that you really have to separate who you are from who you are as the actor. In other words, I look at it as Jamie McCall is a corporation, so to speak, is a separate entity from who I am in my heart and my soul. And that really helps me keep things in perspective and be objective with things, because there's a lot of rejection that goes on in this business, and I know you've heard that, but I don't know that you can really prepare for that. There's more rejection than there is affirmation. But as long as you know you went in and you did your best and you made a good impression, that's all you can do. There's so many reasons why you're not chosen. You could be the wrong age. You could be the wrong height. I mean, it could be the wrong hair color. You just never know. I mean, I've heard it before. I've been told that, you know, you were one of the best auditions we had. Come in the room. But I wasn't selected for this reason or another. The reasons that were out of my control. And that's exactly what they are. They're out of your control. So you shouldn't let things that are out of your control affect you. So it's a lot of, you know, background spiritual work that you have to do to keep yourself grounded, keep yourself confident and believing in yourself, and just knowing that you're doing your best if this is something that you really want to do. And you can refer to the last video I just did on self-confidence, because that'll really help there. Okay, number 3, don't get desperate. You can smell desperation a mile away, and it's not attractive, and nobody likes it. Just maintain your boundaries and really excuse me, try to always remember why you're doing this in the first place. Because once you start short selling yourself, and once you start crossing boundaries, the only thing you're going to get from that is more shortcuts. One shortcut leads to another shortcut, and next thing you know, you're doing things and you're not fulfilled at all. So, I mean, for everybody, those boundaries are different. I'm just saying, you know, just try to hold on to what it is that you really want out of this whole process, and never lose focus on that. Okay, number 4, don't move to Hollywood. You can if you really, really want to, but it's not necessary these days. Okay, Los Angeles is still technically the headquarters, the HQ of Hollywood, but Hollywood has been significantly outsourced. I'll give you an example. I read in the Hollywood Reporter, I think I've got the numbers right here, it's something like 3 out of the 27 new shows filming this year are filmed in LA. The rest of them, 24, 25, are filmed everywhere else across America and not in LA. Isn't that crazy? So unless you're an A-lister working in the big studios, because it's the same thing for movies, there's a lot of independent films out there now, and they're filmed all over the place. And that's because of tax incentives mainly. Other states give really big tax incentives for productions to move and film there. So New Mexico is like a mini Hollywood. New Orleans, Louisiana has a great film industry, but all over, you can get started from anywhere. Go to your local playhouse and get started, you know. Just network wherever you are and get connected with the local creative community wherever you are now, and get started now. You don't have to try to wait till you can move to LA or plan that move. In fact, I liken it to getting a degree. You know, I have a bachelor's degree. I got it from the 4-year university, but if I were to do it again, and these days more and more people are getting smart, and what they do is they get the first 100 and 200 level courses they take at a community college where it's half the price, and then they move to a university. So it's kind of the same thing, you know, with Hollywood. You get your base core credits, get started, get networking from wherever you are, and then if you really want to make that move, you can. But the networking is crucial, and with social media and with the internet, you know, nowadays, it's great because you can basically network worldwide. I mean, I'm talking with filmmakers in Mumbai and India and in London and in Spain right now. So if they really want you, there's not a big difference from them flying you from LA or from Portland or from Ohio versus LA, you know. So So yeah, just keep that in mind. It's really not necessary to make that move if you can't do it right now. But like I said, if it's something you really want to do, go for it. Okay, number 5, keep your skills honed. But you say, but I'm a natural. Well, great. That's a good start. I hope you're a natural. But just like anything else, I mean, you know, I used to study music. I played the violin and the piano, and I considered myself naturally gifted, naturally talented, but that doesn't mean I didn't practice every day. Same with dancing. We rehearsed every week. You know, so it's the same thing with acting. Even if you have a core-based talent, which is great, you really should have that if this is something you want to do, you still have to elevate that and keep practicing and keep honing your skills through coaching, through acting classes, doing plays, you know, that kind of thing. And another thing that will help you with as well is to you really want to be as professional as you can anytime you're called in for an audition or called on the set. You want to be ready. You want to be camera ready, ready to go, knowing what you're doing. So, alright, those are my 5 quick tips for you. All of you dreamers out there who are thinking of this as a way to go, and you want to enter this crazy showbiz game, this whirlwind that we're on. So, wish you all the best, and be brave, and break a leg.